Hi, I'm Grace. I'm an HR assistant at Newton.
And I'm Will, an operational consultant at Newton.
Newton is a UK-based consultancy focused on operational improvement. We're fueled by the belief that even the best organisations can be better.
We were originally established by our three founders, Andy, Tom and Kev, who were sat round their kitchen table one day and thought, we can do consulting better.
We're focused around three key sectors: consumer, public and air, land and sea. Our values are to have curious minds, clarity in decision making, working alongside each other in a culture of fun, friendship and high performance, as well as delivering guaranteed results. We only get paid if we deliver what we promise to. We look for people who align with our values, who are problem solvers, who can work as part of a team or as an individual, as well as curious minds. We want people who can always look what can be made better and how to improve things.
So what's the application process? First, you find out about us either through social media or in-person presence. Secondly, you'll do an online application where if you're successful, you'll be invited to do a numerical test. Afterwards, you'll then make a video interview.
The next stage is to attend a selection day, which will involve a number of group and individual exercises. After this, you'll be invited to a dinner with some current Newton employees where you get to ask them some questions. Lastly, there'll be a final interview.
So Grace, how did you find your application?
I think it was a mixed process. I found some stages easier than others. So some of the numerical aspects I found a bit more challenging than the group exercises, which I found a little bit easier and enjoyed working with others. I particularly enjoyed the dinner the night before the final interview. I think it was a really good chance to ask some more informal questions and get to meet some current grads and ask them what they thought of the process.
Yeah, I really relate to that point about the meeting the Newtons. It sort of took that pressure off to know that they're people just like us. They really calmed my mind about how the whole process was going and really about like life at Newton as a whole.
So what drew you to wanting to apply to Newton?
I didn't really know what they did at first. I just saw how many sectors they worked in and the sort of variety of work that they did, and that really sort of spoke to me. Like, I didn't know what I wanted to do for work, and so I thought here's like a really good opportunity to just find out what all these different industries are like. How about you?
I first found out about Newton when they were giving out free bobble hats at uni, and I just wanted a freebie, to be honest. I wasn't really interested in consultancy, so it went out of my mind for a few years, and then when I saw they were doing a head office graduate opportunities, that really drew me and sounded a lot more me. A lot of the fun aspects of the company really drew me to it as well.
What would you say that your favourite part of working at Newton is?
I definitely think it's the people. It's such a cliche answer, but everyone, I have genuine friends at Newton that I really get along with, and a lot of the fun weekends away or activity nights really feel like I'm just doing stuff with friends, so it doesn't feel like extra work or anything like that. So I think it's such a nice balance between work and then downtime. I don't know if you agree.
Yeah, I've actually ended up moving in with one of my colleagues because people you get on your projects, you get on with them so well and they become your like core group of friends. Yeah. It's really nice to have that community at work.
Also, I really love the role. I work in HR, it's such a great team, and I also get to work with both consultants and head office, so it's a really varied role day to day. What really sets Newton apart from other employers is the early responsibility. You get thrown in there from day one, working on real projects, working on real teams, and that really makes the difference. You get to try things out and find out what you enjoy and don't enjoy right from the get-go. I
was really worried that with a graduate job, I'd come into it and it'd be 3 months of training where you don't do anything practical. You just sit in a classroom or learn about it, or you do all the sort of boring menial work, whereas with Newton you get given the chance to really get stuck in from day one.
I think if I could give one piece of advice, it would definitely be just to be yourself. Everyone told this to me as well, and I was worried at my selection day because there were a lot of people who seemed very different to me and I didn't know if that was a good thing, but really it pays off just to let your personality shine through. It makes you more relaxed, so it's a lot easier to get through the process if you just be yourself.
Yeah, I remember in the final interview, the first half of it I thought went really, really poorly because I was so uptight and so like stressed out. And then the second half, I just really got on with one of the interviewers who was a director, and we just sort of chatted and didn't really talk about anything in particular, but really had that good connection. And afterwards he rang me up, and that's one of the reasons I got the job, was because I was relaxed and more of myself in that situation.
A lot of people don't know what it really means to be a consultant, so how would you explain it to people?
I'd really say that consultancy is going into businesses, finding where their biggest problems are, and then helping them to solve them. And the way that Newton does it, it's a lot more long-term, and so that once we've left, they still continue to solve their own problems. So if you like the sound of Newton and are thinking of applying to us, go check out the videos that we've made with recent grads who've just went through the process themselves.
Also take a look at our comprehensive guide and resources which will help you boost your confidence throughout the process. Best of luck!